HwkU4 Question 8. We've been given a recursive sequence, x1 equals 1, xn plus 1 is equal to xn, p plus xn, where n is greater than or equal to 1. We have an unknown constant p, and we're told that p cannot be equal to 0. Part A asks us to find x2 in terms of p. So x2 is equal to x1 lots of p plus x1, which in this case is 1 times p plus 1, or just p plus 1. In part B, we're asked to show that x3 is equal to 1 plus 3p plus 2p squared. So x3 is equal to x2 lots of p plus x2. So if I substitute my x2 in, I get a p plus 1 as an outside bracket, and then I get p plus 1. That right-hand bracket simplifies to 2p plus 1. And then if I expand the bracket, I get 2p squared plus 2p plus p plus 1, which again simplifies to 2p squared plus 3p plus 1, as required. In part C, I'm told that the third term is also equal to 1, the same as the first term was, which will become important later. I need to set 2p squared plus 3p plus 1 equal to 1. Cancelling the 1's from each side gives me 2p squared plus 3p equals 0. And this factorises to get 2p lots of p plus... This factorises to get p lots of 2p plus 3 equals 0. So either p equals 0 or p equals minus 3 over 2. However, we were told that p is a non-zero constant at the beginning of the question. So as p is not equal to 0, p is equal to minus 3 over 2. In part D, we're asked to write down the value of the 2008 term. Now, as this is a recursive sequence, in theory, the only way we'd be able to find the 2008 term is to work out the 2007 terms that come before it, which is quite a bit of work for only 2 marks. So if you're ever asked to find a term this far into a sequence, there is always going to be a trick involved to that. And you can figure out what this is by working out what the term of the sequence is. Our first term came out as 1. We worked out our second term in part A, and that gives p plus 1, which is minus 3 over 2 plus 1, which is minus a half. And then our third term, we were told, was 1. Now we already know what happens when we plug 1 into this formula. We get minus a half again. And we know what happens when we plug minus half in. We're going to get 1 again. So every odd-numbered term of this sequence is going to come out with 1. And every even-numbered term of the sequence is going to come out at minus a half. So our 2008 term, as it's an even term, is equal to minus a half.